Hello everybody and welcome to this, well, let's say it's probably going to be a quite long tutorial where I will not just show how to make your custom damage file for most mods, because it's not possible for every mod. Some car modders encrypt their car files and car mask files so that you cannot edit the files, but of course then also cannot edit the damage file. But let's begin with the ASR open wheel 1991 Jordan 191, which is actually my favorite car, and it was recently released. So we click on here, so we open the MAS file utility. We go to File, we say Open, and we browse towards our rFactor folder, which is probably for you in Steam. Then you go to Installed, Vehicles, and then we select the car that we want to edit the damage file from, and we open it, and then we open usually the car file, in this case it is so, and then we find the damage file. It's a blah 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 damage.ini or ini, whatever you call it. You say extract, and I already did this, so I extract it to RF2 damage file modding, whatever, so you open it with simply Notepad. If you don't automatically open in Notepad, right click, open with, and then choose another app, or if it's already stands there, Notepad. So there you go. Now you see this whole list of gibberish in front of you, which I can understand could be quite hard to understand. So first of all, we want to go to the rear wing detach. This value is already actually really low on this mod, but we'll make it even lower. This means which velocity of hit or impact, I should say, the front or rear wing breaks off, because here the front wing we even make that lower. Let's say it's 670. The last digit I always make a 0, even though it doesn't have to be. And you can also edit the wall skid trash, which is of course the minimum impact required to get a scratch on the wall or whatever surface you hit, when you crash the car. So we have the rear wing, for me at least, reasonably high. We have the front wing quite low. And then we go to the wheel bend. We want, of course, to have the wheel bend lower than the wheel detach, because it can also bend and then break, not all the way around. So I put this really, really low actually, but this is just for my high sensitive damage videos, so. And I put the parts just randomly, basically. I just usually do something. Well, this is already quite low already, so let's see. Just for editing the part detach once more, because this is of course the other parts of the car, which is not the wing or whatever, which then detaches quite soon also with a minimal impact. So now we've edited this file and we saved it, of course, and then we go back here and we say yes, add files, and then of course we need to go to the folder where we have our edited file right here. So there we go, and we just say edit file, and as you can see, it has flushed and actually replaced the original damage file. All we need to do now is press save, and it says 1 moment, and the damage file is already applied to the mod. It could now be, of course, because you altered a working mod, which is of course, sorry, I'll close this right here, so which is of course this one, that the specific car wants to show up for some reason in all cars and tracks. If you have that thing selected. So we go back to the MAS utility. This takes a while to load, by the way, even on a fast computer. And we say to actually, yes, we go to this thing right here, create a package file. I think it is this one, yes. And then we say create a new mod package, because it is an existing mod that we edited, but we want to create, let's say, a package with more than one car. So even though we only edited the damage of one car, we should of course have edited the damage of all these cars right here via this MAS utility. But just for the tutorial, I'll make it quick and short for you as possible. Come on. We ain't got all day, the viewers ain't got all day, come on. There we go. So we of course want to create a new mod, what you could do is edit this to another location, but by clicking customize, but we're not going to do that now, because then you can give it a custom file and a custom icon. But this is for later when you actually want to work further on mods. We just give the name, let's say F191 test, because I'm going to include the other F1 1991 cars. So you see here a lot of tracks, probably you have a lot of tracks as well. and maybe also like me the old and the new versions of the track both installed. Like let's see, maybe I removed them by now. Yeah, for example Malaysia, you know, yeah, I have multiple versions of Malaysia, and actually it seems like I cleaned this up quite much, but like there's a track I created with a friend, you know, the Rock Raceway. I have the 1.00 installed and the 1.02. Now what of course would be the easiest thing is, you know, to just be like select everything, so sorry, like so, come on, oh, that doesn't even work, like so, you know. But this isn't really advisable. I would advise you to select the tracks that you really like and want to include with that you want to include with your mod. And let's say when you do that, keep control, so pressed in, so control and then mouse click, so that basically the tracks you want to include is basically selected when you press control and the mouse click, of course, so that they are all selected. Because if you if you release the control and click again, you have to select all the other ones again. So this is a bit of a bummer, and you wouldn't want this. I'm just gonna randomly select some tracks right here now. Yes. I want to be included with this right now. This is the wrong record, I think. Okay. Let's go for also circuit. And actually also very nice one. I think it's much less. There we go. And Zolder and Zandvoort, whatever. And you know, let's just keep it to this one to keep it brief, because I'm taking way too long time already. So what is the point, especially now, is you want, of course, to have the cars, you know, that you added your damage file with, because the tracks is also important, because if you don't select any tracks with like this, you know, you cannot drive at any track with the mod in game, whether you have them installed or not. They have to be included with the mod package, at least as to be allowed with the mod to be able to drive them. And of course now we do the same thing here, but then with the car. So left control, left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, left click. And of course this is the Jordan 191 that we edited, and I just wonder why this one is standing here, because I thought I installed the correct I think that is the Ferrari, but I actually think I uninstalled the 1.99 Ferrari. But anyways, here we go, we got now these cars selected from Formula 1 1991. And that's about the files that we need, I think, yes, because this is the vehicles, you know. So we go next, and then it's the sound, and then I actually have to pay attention because I'm not sure which one it is for this one. Well, I guess just search for the version type. Actually, I should also note some mods already have the vehicle sounds included with the specific vehicle, and this one does also, of course, because they are all separate mods, and then there should be a lot of sound files here right now. So we just go done. And here comes the interesting part, which I was talking about earlier, you know, because now it's just let's say a compact file which combines the tracks and the vehicles for them to work and work together. So it's just a 5 kilobyte. But what I always do is, well, basically just click on here, so it includes the vehicle files in the specific mod file, so that if, for example, the cars like here get updated, at least your own modded version of the damage and everything is saved inside this mod. And same counts for the tracks, of course, but then of course it will get bigger. You know, you don't have to do the tracks, but the thing is, if you would later on install it and don't have the correct versions, you know, of each track installed, then the mod will not be able to even be installed or work. So I always include everything in here. So just to make sure it works, yes. So now it's 6 gigabytes, that is a bit much. Yes, okay. I actually need to check if I have enough disk space. Well, as you can see, it's all full. But there we go, I got 90 gigabytes on this drive, and of course the driver it has to be installed. I actually need to check out as well. Yeah, that will work, yes. I have to actually search it. There we go. That's for 50 gigabytes nearly, so that will work. So basically what we have to do now, and it could take a while, you know, and we will see the progress right here below. We say, because this is all, you know, sorry. I actually need to put the version type here. There we go. So basically everything is already set now. We just have to press package and wait a while now for it to pack all the files and the MOS files together in the mod file, and then you of course have a ready to use mod. So And all of this just to show you the damage file editing, and of course a little bit more for the Jordan 191, but it's, you know, for those that, you know, even you could of course do this of course with more mods, you know, that if you like, let's say you have the 1996 mod for Formula 1 which is on the workshop, and you got a lot of other standalone cars or mods with more with a complete season of cars. You could of course select your favorite car. Oh, actually I actually selected the 1995 Ferrari, but I didn't just notice now, but sorry for keep switching whatever I'm gonna say, but basically if you let's say want your favorite F1 cars from all the mods out there, standalone cars or complete seasons from Formula 1 for example, and you want to combine them in one single mod, you can do it the same way I did, you know, by selecting them like this and then package them, and look, mod packaging complete with no errors. We say install, operation complete, and then you see here a green file that is working. We say done, we close this, we go, oops, we accidentally open a chat screen there, that wasn't the intention, and then we can basically click here on single player, but I will now close the recording just to speed up the things and go. I will be back when we're in game. Welcome back. This is Cholo7, and we at the moment have the TRR Civic Cup 2013, which is just well, something that I worked on to get back to work, but that's not to the point. We're going to the F1 1991 test, and we say accept, and then it should load indeedly, and we go to the car selection. You know, this is funny because you see Formula 1 Legend, you see this, you see whatever, you know, because this of course is a car that is not included here. So this is basically several different classes. Of course this one was a mistake, I think, yes. What? Ah, look at this. This is Formula 1 Legend, and this is... I see, okay. So we see Ayrton Senna, yes. And we see the Honda, which is also Ayrton Senna. This is really funny. But anyways, yeah, basically this is all the cars, you know, that you could select. So let's actually go for Schumacher, Schumacher right here, yes, in Jordan. This is of course the car for which we edited the damage file, and sorry for that, people like to call me a lot. So yeah, this is the beautiful car that we just edited the damage file for, and we're sadly going to be destroying it on the track real soon. But as you can see, it already works, you know, in the showroom and in the menu, so all the cars together. This is not an open, anyways. Yes. So let's go to the power steering and just keep everything on default. And we go to, yes, hello. Oh, yeah, sorry, to back. I keep forgetting. But basically, you now see of course a lot of things together. Like the Formula 1, this is an older version than this. And of course I accidentally also included this one, so I shouldn't have. But basically, even though these are all different, you know, different, let's say, seasons and cars and everything, they will work together. If you go to, let's say, hello, yes, to let's say we go for Spa-Francorchamps, and we go to season settings, and now we just need to select this and this, which is of course the 1991 cars and drivers. Of course you'll twice have Ayrton Senna, sadly, but if I do this, we don't, but we also have Michael Schumacher. Oh, okay, we do still have Michael Schumacher in the Benetton, which is funny because, oh well, yeah. Okay, so actually just select this one then instead, because in this case of course, but of course if you have multiple cars selected, you know, you select them all, but let's just go for this one so we don't have duplicate drivers. And let's see, we want well, actually let's go for the practice anyways, because I'm not gonna, oh hello, there we go, because I don't have time to show you a race anyways with keyboard, because it would be a shame to show my bad driving. And let's just, you know, keep it on rain. Actually, yeah, let's go for the rain. Yes, let's go race, because I'm delaying this video more and more, and I shouldn't. So let's actually show the damage. And I forgot if I actually, sorry, enabled 100% damage in game, but it will work anyways because I put it really low. So oh yes, Okay, this is actually an error from the old version of the Ferrari F1 from this season, which is why probably that error came up, because the other cars are the new version and the tires don't want to load and everything. But this is of course because I selected an old version of a car, while the other cars which belong to the same mod are on a new version. Let's go to general, no sorry, to whatever, advanced, compound, wet. Try and by now. I'm kindly now done in the rain, and I don't want to crash it. Oh, there we go. Oppa! And of course the damage now doesn't work as I would like, but it is a really nice crash. It's a really nice crash. So now you see a really proper crash now, and of course we do not press R. There we go here. Go here full screen. And we recorded. I was already about to press the record button, but I shouldn't because no one is recording. Ta-da! I guess it's a nice version. If you turn on the volume, maybe even use it in the video. I not have this side like that. There you go, guys. How to edit a damage file and a whole lot more. See you next time. This was Sholo7. Thank you for watching. Feel free to consider a donation. In the description down below is a PayPal link if you'd like to give a donation for this tutorial or for whatever reasons you like. I'm really thankful for anything. Once more, thank you for watching. This was Sholo7 right here on YouTube. See you next time. Sholo7 out for now.